Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop. And that's the place for you guys to go get a new hoodie and something new to add to your closet. Okay, today's episode, this is something we have been talking about for a while and I wanted to bring to you guys. And sometimes it gets so confusing that it makes me even wonder the difference between Latinos and Hispanics. Or is there a difference? You guys let me know. Let's get it.
Mickey made it. Mickey made what you made, Mickey.
So on my videos, I've been getting comments like these, and it seems like some of you guys do not know what being Hispanic means or what being Latino means. So once again, I'm gonna explain it for you guys. A Hispanic person is somebody from any country that speaks Spanish. A Latino is somebody from Latin America who has a Latin-based language. Now, going back to Hispanic. If you are from a country that speaks Spanish, you are Hispanic. This includes places in Europe like Spain. This also includes African countries like Guinea Equatorial. Yes, there's a country in Africa and their official language is Spanish, which makes them Hispanic. However, they are not Latino, because in order to be Latino, you have to be in Latin America. Many Latinos are also Hispanic because they were born in Spanish-speaking countries. For example, Colombia, Argentina, Mexico, Puerto Rico. But not every Latino is Hispanic because Haitians, they're Latinos, but they do not speak Spanish. So they are not Hispanic. Brazilians are Latinos, but they do not speak Spanish, so they are not Hispanic. People in the South American country of Guyana live in Latin America, but technically they are not Latinos or Hispanic because they speak English. English is not a Latin-based language. They just happen to live in South America. They just happen to live in Latin America. And there are some other places in Latin America that do not speak Spanish as well. So to recap, Hispanic means you are born in a country where Spanish is their official language. Latino means you're from a Latin America.
And now I see the difference in how offensive it can be by just saying, oh, those are Spanish people. No, that's like saying those are English people. I get it.
American country whose language is a Latin-based language, meaning French, Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, so on. Not all Latinos are Hispanics, and not all Hispanics are Latinos. And not everybody in Latin America is Latino or Hispanic. It is a bit confusing, but hopefully this somewhat helped. And yes, people from Spain.
And you guys leave down in the comments what conversation out of all these conversations, when you're finished with it, which conversation relates the best and has the most truth to it.
Are Hispanic, and people from the African country of Guinea Equatorial are also Hispanic because their country speaks Spanish.
Latinos include Brazil. They do not include Spain. Hispanics include Spain, do not include Brazil.
Got it.
So Hispanic includes Spain because they speak Spanish, but they don't include Brazil because they speak Portuguese, I believe.
Portuguese, okay.
And then for Latino, includes Brazil, but they don't include Spain. And everything in between, like, these are apparently, like, everyone that can be both Hispanic and Latino.
Okay.
Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, El Salvador, French, Guyana, well, please correct me, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, Martinique, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Puerto Rico, St. Bartholomew? No, it's MY. St. Martin, Uruguay, Venezuela. So those can be both Latino and Hispanic.
Okay, so really all we need to know is that...
So if you're Brazilian, you can be Latino, but you can't be Hispanic because you don't speak Spanish.
Yes.
If you are from Spain, you are Hispanic, but you can't be Latino.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
Because you're not of Latin descent.
Got you. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, that makes sense.
Is this thing going? Yeah, it's time to talk about it. So after I had some time to let some things fester, I'm gonna have to tell you that I'm still not feeling right, man. Like, I'm still in a personal struggle. Like, I'm still in a personal struggle with Latino people. This shit has really bothered me, man, because first off, my goddaughter's Puerto Rican. So I do know that there's some good Latino people out here. But the overwhelming majority, come on, man. Like, this has really got a power struggle going on in my head. I saw a video from this Latin man, Hispanic man, and he said that Hispanic men were not going to vote for a woman, and the Latino women weren't going to vote for black women, period. And that just threw me back because, like, man, I know for a fact that Latino men mess with black women. I know Latino women mess with black men. But it's just weird of the whole concept within itself, just based off of the way the United States run, that we've always been grouped together. Black and brown people. When everybody ever spoke of us, it was black and brown people. Now y'all have broken that relationship up with us. Y'all have drawn your line in the sand against us. I've seen so many videos where black people are feeling stabbed in the back by you Latinos, by you Hispanic people. And we all feeling some type of way. Like, for real. Like, do y'all understand we embraced y'all community so much that we allowed y'all to use the N-word? Like, we allowed y'all to use the N-word the way we use it, to embrace brotherhood. And this is what you did to your brothers and sisters. Now, we already know as a community, we got an issue with these black men, these young black men who got so much anger towards black women, and these old bitter men who got issues with black women. We'll take care of that situation. But this shit with y'all has just gotten evil, has gotten bad. It's messed up that now I'm hearing people, and honestly, I said it myself. Okay, so that's the line y'all drawing in the sand. Fine, okay. Trump said on the first week of his inauguration, his first week in office, mass deportation. Okay, we for that. Yeah, that we're for that now, because y'all don't seem to understand. Like, you can side with them all day long. They're not going to accept you. We just got to them facts.
People actually think that, like, Spanish is your roots, but it's, like, that's not actually roots.
Yeah. They think that's what we spoke.
That's silly.
But the Spanish that we speak in each country, whether it's like Colombia or Mexico, it's actually a different Spanish than the Spanish you find in Spain, because it became a blend of what the native people actually spoke. This is just to point out this new culture that we're celebrating, Latino culture. The hints and the survival of our culture is still in there, and people need to be more aware.
Latino culture is the result of how black and brown people survived colonization. So if you're not looking back at as much history as you can, or questioning about your identity or your family, you're kind of just like disregarding like your actual ancestors.
You're just perpetuating that colonial terror still to this day, because that's what the colonial terror was. It's to end that lineage. Yeah. But when you awaken that, then you continue the story. That's
so crazy to not look into who you are, because your ancestors is who you are.
Oh man, we got some immigration officers coming. How's it going, officer? Registration, please. Oh yeah, of course, officer. Here. Yeah, my name is John. Here, I'm American.
Let me see.
I voted for Donald Trump.
Where are you coming from?
I was just working, you know what? I was working in these apartment complexes. There's a lot of immigrants of
Be quiet. You look very illegal too.
Sir, I voted for Donald Trump. My name is John Rivers.
Your name is not John Rivers.
Sir, that's John Rivers.
That's Juan Rios.
Yeah, but Juan Rios is my Mexican name. I'm
You're
American.
You're gonna have to get out the car.
Sir, I'm
You're gonna have to
American.
get out the
I
car.
voted for Donald Trump. Are you kidding me? This is unfair.
Latinos that are currently protesting are kind of embarrassing. They're not organized, they're uneducated, they're being kind of ghetto. You should be peaceful and follow the law. How are you going to impact change if you're not being peaceful or doing illegal stuff? Let me educate you all on how to properly protest. Let me give you guys a history lesson here. It was the Boston Tea Party where there was millions of tea dumped into the harbor. That was like peaceful, there was nobody that got hurt. Declaration of Independence. I mean, it was just a piece of paper, so it's totally peaceful. No one got hurt. I mean, it was kind of seen as treason against the British, but no one got hurt. Perfect example is the civil rights sit-ins. Basically like trespassing, right? But like no one got hurt, and it's not really illegal. Anti-war for Vietnam. It did get a little rowdy, a little violent, but it created change, so it's okay. The union strikes that were illegal, that then became legal, those were okay too, those were lawful. I hope I was able to educate you. You can see how we properly and peacefully protested here in the United States. Learn from this.
Latino, we definitely do not call each other or our people Latino. Latino is a Grecian word, meaning it's a Greek word. Okay, that has nothing to do with our people. That was a name that was given to us, or the Maya and Inca during slavery. Hispanic, España, meaning belonging to a Spaniard, we don't use that shit either. Unless you feel like you still belong to a Spaniard, or you feel that you carry the DNA of a Spaniard, then go ahead and call yourself Hispanic. But that's another term that we don't use as raza. And the next one was what? What was the other one?
Raza or indigenous.
Raza is a raza. As far as I know, and you guys could go ahead and drop your comment on whatever you were taught. But as far as raza is a Mexicano word. It wasn't a word meaning all of Latino or what people know as to be Latino heritage. But later on, throughout the years, it became a term meaning all of our people, the indigenous raza. So raza is a cool term to use. I agree with that. I would, indigenous would be the real term. I mean, if you really want to think about it, indigenous would be the real term. If your bloodline really goes back to indigenous or a tribe, whether it being the North American, what they call the North American tribe, which are still the indigenous people, or you're from, wherever. I mean, indigenous blood, point blank.
I'm Mexican, and every time I see a Mexican with a white man, I'm like, you get it, girl. You killing racism. Date by date, relationship by relationship, you killing racism. But me, you taking one for the team, because me, I can't date a white man. I'm gonna tell you why I can't date a white man. Before you guys say it's because I'm a racist, it's not because I'm racist. It's actually because I've already dated a white man. And my experience was terrible. And I'm gonna tell you what my experience was. Every time I would cook for that man, I do not know why, but I would literally feel like his slave. Is that weird? I would cook and clean and I'd be like, why do I feel like my ancestors are screaming at me? How could you? I couldn't help it. And I would call my mom. I'd be like, my mom's Mexican. I'd be like, Mommy, I don't know what it is. Every time I cook and clean for him, like, I legit feel like a slave. Like, and then when he asks me, like, oh yeah, can you make this chicken that I really like? And can you do this? I would feel like a slave. And I don't know why. I don't know why.
Okay, I'm gonna need my Latinos and my Hispanics to pull up to this conversation. Now, before we get into it, I want you guys to leave in the comment section, are any of these conversations untrue, or do they all have some kind of truth to it, or just being said in a different way? Because from my understanding, I'm now learning that, even even in Brazil they speak Portuguese, but I'm realizing that the correct term, not just saying they're Spanish people, that could rub people the wrong way, saying whether they're Latinos or Hispanics. So we all get a different gist of this conversation, but I want you guys to let me know if there's anything that I'm missing in this conversation that might confuse people as far as their culture and everything else. And as far as the chat chat squad. I know I've seen the comments. We're traveling gonna check out the Asian culture, and there's a lot of things we have a conversation on that too, but I just wanted to complete my Latinos and my Hispanics because they had a long conversation when we did a video before. So I love you guys, and leave your comments down below what conversations that you felt were truthful and the ones that you felt were off. And until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe.